So one judge noticed here that iconicity is key. Some projects weren't considered because the message really just wasn't clear. The main learning was to maintain the main intention of the project. Just to dig into a little bit of why this is showing up in the work. There was a general sense, or is a general sense, that we're still existing in a state of global chaos. Whether that's during COVID or post-COVID, there's this kind of sense, and it's still kind of running through everything that's in this world. There's this general kind of sense as well that the antidote to this chaos from this brand perspective is that we're experience is iconicity, where this form and meaning kind of exists in this tight and structured way, helping make sense to a lot of this chaos in the world. Alignment between that brand promise and customer experience is critically important in today's world. But in branding terms, creating truly distinctive work is not only challenging, it's also very rare. Got amazing branding people in the room. You know, Greg, do you want to come and talk about that? There we go. So the Be Distinctive report by JKR Global and ASOPs found that only 15% of brand assets they tested were truly distinctive. Very, very small stat there, as in very, very small percentage. And the findings also estimate that $4.7 trillion dollars will be spent on marketing in 2025, and 85% of that figure will be spent on branding assets that really aren't very distinctive. So nobody's really remembering them, nobody's really kind of engaging with them. So yeah, if you want to stand out and you want to create that impact, then obviously you need to look at that form and meaning and really be distinctive to your audience, to your customers. A Neville Brody quote here. I'm not going to read out the whole thing, but he is talking here about how he's seen a shift away from graphic design expressing content to something that delivers content. So he was talking about dumbing down the expression to lift the content. So that's what he's seen, as in all of this content online is really not distinctive. It's the expression is dumbed down to lift it content and resulting in the shift away from personality. You've probably all seen that. Everything online looks the same. Like all these social media assets, there's no distinction. Logos are all going to sans serif or have done. Some of them are coming swinging back the other way. So all of that type of work. That was Neville Brody talking at our festival earlier this year. So how did it show up in the work? Let's just take a couple of examples here as well. So the first one we're going to look at is the Eames Institute of Infinite Curiosity. There is no audio to this one, so thankfully, so I'm going to talk over it. So as you're looking at that, this is the Eames Institute of Infinite Curiosity, a not-for-profit organization dedicated to bridging Ray and Charles Eames' iconic methodology to life. This work centers around this curious E, a symbol that embodies the infinite curiosity that the husband and wife design team were known for. In the case of this work, there is really no distinction between its end form and its original intention, the curious E. It embodies the meaning that they wanted to convey. It's beautifully synchronistic and uniquely ownable to Eames. As a case study that was submitted into the awards says, the logo has the ability to shift its gaze in order to observe its context, emphasize content, and carry on the Eames legacy of spirited discovery. I hope you do agree.